Thank you, Frank, Lou, and Dave, for that really cool improvisational jam. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, your transformation station, where, wherever you may be on your spiritual path, you're embraced in love, and you are welcome to take part in a journey with like-minded people today. Our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our mission is a world that works for all. And our purpose statement is living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. Now we'll have our opening song, and we are grateful to Ricky Byers for having written it and now ready to present it.
All right now, everybody put your hands together. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Oh yeah, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. You know, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Hey, 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 my God is so good to me. Feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is so good. I am feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is so good. I'm feeling good down in my soul, yeah. God is so good. Praise God, and my God is so good to me. In my time of trouble, God is so good. Praise God, in my time of trouble, I know God is so good. In my time of trouble, I sing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Well, in my time of triumph, I know God is so good. Oh, in my time of triumph, I say, God is so good. Oh, yeah, in my time of triumph, I know God is so good. My God is so good to me. And when the day is over, I'm singing, God is so good. When my day is over, I'm singing, God is so good. Well, when my day is over, I'm singing, God is so good. Hey, hey, my God is so good to me. Oh, every day and every way, God is so good. Oh, yeah, every day and every way, God is so good. When I take the time to praise the Spirit, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Come on now, every day in every way, God is so good. Hey, yeah, every day in every way, God is so good. When I take the time to praise the Spirit, you every day better find the time to take the time to praise the Spirit. Oh yeah, gotta take the time to praise the Spirit. God is so good. My God is so good to me. Hey, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Praise God, I got up singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Oh yeah, my God is so, my God is so, my God is so good to me.
Wow, thank you, Ricky. That'll get our juices flowing. Now that we are awake and aware and alert, perhaps it's time to enter into a meditation. So I'm going to invite you to just allow your breath, as comfortable and normal and natural as the cadence may be for you, to allow that breath to become a pathway to your heart. And here you begin to see with the eye of the heart, which is the eye of wisdom, the eye of love. Now let's invite this peaceful, powerful presence to enfold you in love, to lift you above all circumstances, and to set you free. Now imagine walking up a grassy knoll on a sunlit day with a gentle, cool breeze. And notice there are several brightly colored hot air balloons that are ready to lift off. Choose one. Climb aboard. And now begin to feel that gentle rising as you notice others who have selected their balloons, and they're smiling as they too begin to lift off. Continue gently and powerfully ascending, and watch the earth below become further and further away, and the other brightly colored balloons just going off in different directions. See the beauty, feel the joy, and experience the delight of being untethered and free. Watch the other balloons drifting away, becoming smaller and smaller in your sight until they're like little dots on the horizon, and they disappear completely from your sight. Feel the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the breeze, and simply enjoy the journey. Now begin a slow descent to the grassy knoll where you began. Look around you as the other balloons begin to land gently as well. See the joy on the faces of the others as they come down at the same time. Feel a lightness, a delightedness beyond what you've ever known. And now choose to live in this sweet serenity, fabulous freedom, and gently, slowly return with a renewed sense of peace and freedom. All is well. When you're ready, return here. And our practitioner, Joe Lurquin, now has some spiritual words of wisdom for you.
Good morning. My name is Joe Lurquin. I'm a practitioner with this wondrous center, which we're all coming together today in order to enjoy this celebration, if only virtually, at least we're together enjoying it. And I'd like to make a reading to start this treatment. A new light is coming into the world. We are the borderline of the new experience. The veil between spirit and matter is very thin. The invisible passes through into visibility through our faith in it. That's by Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind, Chapter 4, How to Use It, page 60. I will state this treatment in the first person. You may take it for yourself if you wish. I know this is a wondrous place. This is a beautiful place. This is a place where we all can come together and be like-minded in our knowing and in our beautiful sense of being together. I know that we are all one with the one that is God, the one Spirit, the one source, the one that is everything. The mind body that is God is part of who and what I am, and I know this is the truth. And I know that the group meeting we had this week, studying, learning, and coming together about the world that works for all, was a wondrous and beautiful place, and I enjoyed it very much. And I know that there will be more to come as we become one with the one, as we know this is the perfection of who and what we truly are. And I'm very grateful for this teaching and this knowing, grateful for everything that is with me and about me and everything that is available to me. I am grateful for this center and all that it brings to me. I know this is the truth, and I release this knowing it is done, it is complete, as we say together, and so it is.
Thank you, Joe. Yes, we do love this beautiful center and are grateful for it. This is the time that, from time to time, we have an expression of someone's good that's taken place because of our teaching. We do not have a demonstration today, as we had a beautiful one last week. Please let me know if you have something you'd like to share. We'll make sure we capture it on film in some way and share it with our entire group at another Sunday. But we do have an affirmation. Are you ready to say your affirmation with me? Freedom is an innate quality of the divine, opening my mind and heart to its perfect activity in my life and the lives of all today. Thank you. Okay, kids, it's your time. Hi. Every Sunday, I miss you more and more, and it's always wonderful when we happen to see you on some of our Zoom meetings and know that you're still growing taller and becoming wiser with every day. So I want to know, in fact, I believe this is true. Have you been taking classes online? And do you yet know what this coming semester is going to be for you? Well, there's more online and some in person, and some are not yet decided. There's still a lot of not knowing about what school is going to be for you this fall. And some kids are already homeschooled, well, as you have been the last few months, even though you've also been online, many of you. So things are pretty much up in the air, aren't they? A lot of things are up in the air. And we're learning to rely on God, our source, to keep us patient and to keep us tuned in to what truly is important while we're moving through all of these unknowns. So you probably have been wishing, as the adults in our world have been wishing, that we could have a little more freedom to roam about the planet. But we take our little freedoms where we can, like you probably some of you go for bike rides with your family. Those are little freedoms. And maybe you have a picnic in a nearby park or in the backyard. And so there are other ways to feel free and to feel expanded, even when we aren't going to many places right now and pretty much staying at home. I can remember feeling really expanded and free as a kid when I would read. When I was less than 10, we lived right across the street from a library. And guess who spent more time there than at home? As much as possible. I loved reading. And what I loved about it was that the books would touch my imagination and take me far away to places I still haven't been. Way away from where I was physically. Your creative imagination is a wonderful thing, isn't it? That's the answer. It's our minds and our hearts that liberate us through our creative imagination and the knowledge that we receive. It can take us anywhere, this great imagination. It can free us from any feeling of being limited. And it helps us soar into new thoughts and new feelings and new experiences. You're truly freer than you may know. You've probably already understood and experienced that these last few months. So let's get started using this imagination even more, because you know it's God's great gift to you and to the rest of us too. Thanks for being with us today. We love you so much. And we'll see you again in person at the right time. Love those kids. Miss those kids. Okay, today we are completing the month of July, and the theme has been Ring Out Freedom. Today's topic is the Great Emancipator. I'll share a quote with you from Sharif Abdullah's Creating a World That Works for All. We are engaged in building community through collaboration, inclusive dialogue, through fundamental issues affecting society. Through communication, people discover their hidden kinship. We believe that somewhere in the heartfelt communication of two or more souls, the spirit can be found. We know that, don't we? The two or more is still a very valid experience. And aren't we finding more and more ways to engage in that? Whether across the alley to say hello to our neighbors, or on a Zoom call, or riding a bicycle and waving at another cyclist and feeling our connection. In unity, in this wonderful oneness, which is the truth of us all, there truly is freedom. And this two or more power is very, very effective. Some of you have been on the Zoom call, the second monthly call, that 3 of our CSLs have come together to create and to invite you to and to share and to have beautiful heart-opening conversations and to learn more about what is so that we may have missed and to learn more about ourselves. And this coming together, moving from talking the talk to walking the walk, we had this second gathering of Center for Peace in Philadelphia, CSL Delaware, just last Wednesday. And as we gather together in the two or more consciousness, with spirit being the context for all of the contents that we may be sharing and experiencing, we find that we're learning a much truer version of history, a more complete history than many of us were taught as we were growing up. Because you see, knowledge frees us. And we're engaging in these beautiful sessions in open-hearted, open-minded, honest, authentic conversations with people of many colors. And the next one is scheduled for August 19th, Wednesday, August 19th. So call the office or fax, or not, we don't fax, that's old school. Email us or text us or call, and we'll make sure that you know how to get on that Zoom call. It's beautiful work. The two or more consciousness coming together to find ourselves dipping so deeply into spirit and finding that the work we do as humans is beautiful and necessary, and the reason that it works so well, especially dealing with 3 centers for spiritual living, is that we all understand that it is spirit-driven. We all know the basic principles of science of mind. We celebrate our unity, we celebrate our diversity, and we know that God is underneath the whole thing as the great emancipator for all of us as we do our individual work, and we do it with joy. It isn't always easy. As a matter of fact, Reverend Mike and I are also taking a class online that Centers of Spiritual Living from Denver has provided for us. We're now in our 4th week of a 28-day class challenge in reading and working with a book called Me and White Supremacy. Now, when I first tell you this, you may be surprised and go, why? This one is only for white ministers. Well, isn't that exclusive? It happens to be important because we have become aware that we, white folks who have grown up with white supremacy and not even realized it, and sometimes now realizing that there is a beautiful groundswell of love saying things need to change here, that we haven't realized, we haven't been aware of what's still maybe lurking in our unconscious awareness. And we have found out that it is our job to do this, and that it is probably less appropriate to ask our beloved people of color to help us understand this. We need to understand ourselves first in order to engage in healthy, progressive, heart and mind opening conversations. We are so happy to be taking our responsibility to do this work. And it doesn't always feel good. It's sometimes embarrassing to realize that we still may have something that's still hanging on from years and years ago with some of the erroneous messages that we received. But oh, it's so freeing. It's so beautiful to come into our self-responsibility and to deepen our connection with Spirit, with ourselves, and with all the beloveds. And so, there will be, starting August 3rd, the same book study and journaling and sharing presented by Centers for Spiritual Living for white practitioners. And that starts on August 3rd. There are already many, many practitioners from all over the world who've signed up for this. We're doing our work. Now here's the news for you, and that is that beginning on August 4th, there will be the same wonderful class being presented for 4 weeks again for white members, white laity. I really encourage you to consider this and get in touch with me or get in touch with our office, and we'll find a way to get you connected with it. It's beautiful work. It's difficult work. It's ours to do. At least Reverend Mike and I know it is ours to do. So you see, it's knowledge that frees us, and it's imagination that gives us the wings to soar. And it's a conscious intention that keeps us in flight and continuing to make progress individually and then connected as a beautiful divine human race. We are led by universal wisdom and divine law and love. We are led from within. The great Emacipator is within us. And it's when we turn to it that we begin to feel our own individual freedom and begin to celebrate the possibility of everyone becoming truly free in consciousness, so that we can co-create our individual worlds and our entire world together. So from information, we receive knowledge. From the knowledge, we grow into wisdom. And it's all in a context of infinite love. We must realize that we are being held in a context of infinite love. And all of the contents within that context are held harmoniously with infinite possibility. So no matter what comes up, we remember to rely on the divine harmony and love underneath it all, which helps us to transform what needs to be transformed once we become aware of what we are ready to become aware of. All the contents of everyday challenges are held in this chalice of divine compassion. You see, that's what makes it all work. It's not that we're doing this on our own, any of us. We are being held, I like that, in a chalice of divine compassion for ourselves and for others. And this divine compassion is essential for ourselves when we begin uncovering things we may not be terribly proud of. We don't have to feel blame. We don't have to feel shame. We don't even have to feel guilt. We just need to feel thank you for revealing that to me so that I can transform it, so that I can live more authentically with my beloved brothers and sisters. So the divine plan is already established. Isn't that great news? It's established in freedom for all. You look up freedom in the glossary of the Science of Mind textbook. It takes pages, because freedom was always a very important awareness for Ernest Holmes and for us to become so fully orbed in. It's a divine gift. It is innate. We're already free. But oh my gosh, how we have constricted ourselves individually and as groups. And isn't it time for that to be lifted now, like a hot air balloon? It's time for us to do our important part in this plan, because we all have one. It's time that we rediscovered the freedom that has always been ours. And even if we're just taking small steps, oh, let's take those steps. Some of them on our own, some of them with others, linked arms and walking along on a new path of freedom. And even these small steps do make a difference. I found a wonderful poem called The Moons of August. I do not know the author, but I would like to get to know the author. Danusha Lamaris. I like the name. This is the poem. I've been thinking about the way when you walk down a crowded aisle, people pull in their legs to let you by. Or how strangers still say, "Bless you," when someone sneezes, left over from the bubonic plague. Don't die, we are saying. And sometimes, when you spill lemons from your grocery bag, someone else will help you pick them up. Mostly, we don't want to harm each other. We want to be handed our coffee hot and to say thank you to the person handing it, to smile at them and for them to smile back, for the waitress to call us honey when she sets down the bowl of clam chowder, and for the driver in the red pickup truck to let us pass. We have so little of each other now, so far from tribe and fire. Only these brief moments of exchange. What if they are the true dwelling of the holy, these fleeting temples we make together when we say, "Here, have my seat. Go ahead, you first. I like your hat." These small, delicious opportunities to live from the core of our love and wisdom and freedom and creative imagination. Such a simple story in the Bible where the woman simply reached out and touched the hem of Jesus' garment and was healed. As we just touch the hem, we find that in the reaching out, or more truly, in the reaching in, that we are met by a divine embrace which says, yes, you are loved, you are free, you are beautiful, you are the beloved, all is well. Just the reaching to touch the hem That's all we need to do. Simple, simple little steps. And we're rewarded. We're greatly rewarded because we're finding in the reaching out or the reaching in, we're finding the great emancipator, which is spirit itself, which is freedom itself, which is love and wisdom itself. And greater acceleration is possible. And we're in the process right now. As I said earlier, there's this great ground swelling of love saying, things are changing. Let's do our part to help them change. We're not alone in doing this work. And we're doing it with such integrity and such willingness and clear intention that this time we're going to get it right. Yes? This time we're going to get it right. Say that with me. This time we are getting it right. Because we're bringing our great creative imagination. We're bringing our best intention. We're bringing our greatest love. We're bringing our divine wisdom. And we're doing it right. Just remembering the source of our love, the source of our wisdom, the source of our inspiration, the source of our courage, the source of our imagination. We invite the great emancipator within us to free us from lack, from limitation, from ignorance, from erroneous thinking, from apathy. Can't afford those anymore. You see, what happens is that once you wake up, it's hard to go back to sleep, really, although often we'll try. We need to stay awake. This is just too beautiful a world to miss. We're relying on that precious presence to lift us all to a greater awareness than we've ever had before. As we continue moving through the COVID times, our own version of the bubonic plague, as we continue to do what is right and appropriate and caring and wise for ourselves and for others, we're also aligning with all of humanity in the most beautiful, compassionate, wise, and intentional way. We're setting our intention for this world to become one of great caring and compassion. We're setting our intention for everyone to have everything that they deserve and need and desire to fulfill their heart's expression of the divine being that each one of us is. And when we look at each other and we celebrate our oneness and our diversity, we celebrate our wholeness, we celebrate our wisdom, we celebrate our creative imagination, let's continue looking through to see, oh, I know who you are, even when we're wearing our mask. And please, let's continue to do that at all the appropriate times. We're wearing other masks. All of our lives, we've worn other masks. And they may have felt as though they were masks to protect us. They weren't. These are. Those weren't. And as we remove the mask of only human, as we remove the mask of I can't do that, as we remove the mask of I'm this or I'm that or I'm not enough, we suddenly get to realize that truly we all are in this together, and we are all growing through this together, because the great emancipator within us is in the process of freeing us all to greater health and wholeness, to greater fairness and justice, to a world that truly, truly works for all. We can do this. We're living at a time of vibrant, pivotal opportunities for a new possibility. And we can do this. Truth is, we are doing it. And the greater truth is, we're not doing it alone. What a relief. And yet, each one of us is an essential part of the unfolding of a divine plan. And that's whether we are meeting with others on a heart and soul level, to understand each other more deeply and live our lives together more richly and more fairly, or whether we're saying, I like your hat. We're doing our important part, and I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed that we're doing this together. Will you say with me, God is freedom. I am an expression of the divine. My mind is open to experience it. My heart is open to its perfect activity. All sentient beings are free now. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. This is the time now of our offertory, and what a great joy it is to celebrate and to support our beloved center here. We continue to be here with you every day and every Sunday on live stream, and we're so grateful that we can connect with you and that you are supporting our center with your love and your prayers and your finances. We are ready when the time comes to open our doors, and that happens when the time comes, only because of your beautiful, loving support. Thank you. And there are ways to make your contributions, and they're right there on your screen so that you can see how to go to our website and other ways that you can continue to make sure that our center thrives for you and for others who are yet to find us. And now we're going to have our offertory song by wonderful Jamie Lula. Oh, first of all, we'll have our affirmation. I get excited. All right, together. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is. Now, Jamie.
Come on. I get the feeling that I've got to grow. Love keeps me running to the me that God knows. I'm here to be, to uplift and unfold, emancipating the divine of my soul. Ain't nothing holding me down. Let go of my story, and now I'm walking in the arms of freedom. No one ever held me down before. Freedom. Take a look inside. Freedom. Chains can't bind, the chains my mind about freedom. Take a look inside. Take a look inside. Yeah. I keep moving on now, no precedent found. My revelation is to spirit I'm bound. The past has no power to paralyze me. I'm in the moment, I bless my history. Ain't nothing holding me down. I let go of my story, now I'm walking in the arms of freedom. No one ever held me down before. Freedom. Take a look inside. Freedom. I said chains can't bind and chain my mind about freedom. Take a look inside. got to grow. Love keeps me running to the beat that God knows. I'm meant to be, to uplift and unfold more, emancipating the divine of my soul. Yeah. Ain't nothing holding me down. I let go of my story, now I'm walking in the arms of freedom. No one ever held me down before. Freedom. Take a look inside. Freedom. I said chains can't bind, I change my mind about freedom. Oh, oh. Freedom. No one ever held me down before. Freedom. Take a look inside. Freedom. Chains can't bind, I change my mind about freedom. Take a look inside. Take a look inside.
Good morning, I'm Tina Richards, Vice President of your Board of Trustees, and I have today's announcements. Reverend Mike's Science of Mind Textbook Club continues to meet and to be held each Saturday on Zoom. If you're interested in joining, you can join it on any or all Saturdays from 9:45 to 11 a.m. until they finish reading the entire textbook. You can join anytime for this free love offering class by emailing revmike@cslphilly.org, and he'll send you the Zoom invite. We also invite you to join us for our third vital conversation, Coming Together, on Wednesday, August 19th at 6:30 p.m. with the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living and our two neighboring centers, the Center of Peace in Philadelphia and CSL Delaware. The three spiritual leaders, Reverend Tawana Malone, Reverend Kathleen Johnson, and Dr. Maxine Kaye, met and envisioned to establish a dynamic collaboration, then joined with many of our leaders to continue asking, what is God's highest idea about honoring all of humanity through authentic inner transformation and taking real action in our world? We are coming together to deepen our own understanding of racism and become more aware of experiences of others at this time of change. Again, we invite you to join us on Wednesday evening, August 19th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. to continue this very important conversation. Simply contact Linda at admin@cslphilly.com to receive the Zoom invitation and link to connect with this important session by Monday, August 17th. We have two upcoming classes. Dr. Maxine is offering a free 4-week discovery class for anyone interested in becoming acquainted with the principles of the Centers for Spiritual Living and Science of Mind philosophy. If everything you wanted to know and didn't ask, classes will be held 4 Tuesday evenings via Zoom starting August 4th through August 25th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. More information on this class is on our website. Our next class will be taught by Dr. Maxine. It's an 8-week accredited class titled Treat Yourself to Life on Tuesday, September 8th via Zoom from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Again, more information on this class is on our website. To register for any of these classes, please email Linda at admin@cslphilly.com. Oh, and one more thing. We will be adding our Zoom social today right after our Sunday celebration. And we plan on holding these each Sunday. So grab your cup of coffee, favorite beverage, and go to zoom.us on your computer or iPhone and enter this ID number to join. 839-510-32452. And we will use the same number each Sunday. And this concludes today's announcements.
Thank you, Tina. And I do want to reiterate that this 4-week discovery class is coming up soon. And I'd love to have a lot of you on this call on the Zoom class. It's only 4 weeks. And the information that we will email to you once you have registered is rich. It's thick. It's a wonderful premise so you can understand more about Centers for Spiritual Living, about our philosophy, about the history. It's a fabulous class. Don't miss it. I'm looking forward to having you in that. And now it is time for our closing song, which is going to be performed for us by Turnaround Arts and Playing for Change. You've probably heard about it. It is Love Train.
Ladies and gentlemen, Turnaround Arts, people all over the world, brothers, sisters, around the planet. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on now.
And so we rejoice and give thanks that freedom is our innate expression of Godhood, and we walk into our day to day with absolute lightness and joy and gratitude. And so it is.